on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, I am Trevor, and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers, and today's video is going to be entirely different than any other video we've ever done. We're trying to figure out how to manage everything right now.
So those of you that follow us regularly, we are not currently in Romania. We've been putting out a Romania series, but that was filmed quite a while ago. We're actually currently in El Nido in the Philippines. The whole point of today's video is to explain to you how COVID-19, this virus, has affected us and our travels, and tell you where we are and how we got here, basically. Yeah, we're trying to figure everything out. So for those of you that follow along chronologically, we will release those Romania videos, that whole series. Still, we're just not sure when yet, and we have more videos after that. So right now, we're just trying to figure out the whole balancing act. So how did we get to where we are right now? Back in February, we actually started off in Bali. That was the very beginning of February. Yeah. Things in the world were not nearly as bad as they are at the moment. We had no idea what was going to happen. Of course, it was on our minds, and we were staying up to date with the news and everything, but we had no clue this was all going to affect us so badly. You know, we were hanging out with the Endless Adventure then. So we just went back to the villa. Look who we found.
I lost my sandal.
I found this.
I'm walking backwards trying to film them, and this is impossible.
I wish you guys could see what we're seeing right now.
They put out some videos on that. If you go check their channel, we have some videos on that will come out at a later date. But in Bali, this was just wasn't as serious as it is right now. Now then, when we finished up in Bali, we flew into Manila, and even then, when we got to Manila, this was early March. Of course, people were talking about it, but the only difference we could see in Manila was there was temperature checks being done everywhere you go. It actually we felt pretty good about that.
And even flying from Bali to Manila was very normal. They maybe asked us a couple questions, but there were no temperature checks, no forms to fill out. It was very easy.
So we spent a few days in that big city of Manila, and we did film some videos.
Oh my, wow.
Never in a million years did I expect Manila to look like this.
We actually have probably 4 or 5 Philippine videos to eventually come out with the regular style travel vlog videos. But after Manila, we went to Coron, and this was around like March 10th or something like that. So still things they didn't blow up like they did in mid-March. So we got to Coron, managed to do a tour. We got some fun stuff.
But look at this.
I absolutely cannot get over these limestone rocks. We looked at pictures for so long in the Philippines, and that's kind of what you see.
It's totally what you picture when you think of this area.
Look.
We did notice that Coron was probably emptier than it would normally be, but still it was quite normal overall. It felt good. We felt good about it. But on our last day in Coron, that's when the president of the Philippines came on to the news and announced a public broadcast to everyone saying,
land, domestic air and domestic sea travel to and from Metro Manila shall be suspended beginning March 15, 2020 and to end on April 14, 2020.
In 2 days, the Philippines was going to lock down, and all tourists had 2 days to get out if they chose to leave the country.
Which was highly advised at the time. So they said, you have 2 days to get out, no more flights, even domestic flights, so you need to get where you're going immediately. So things, were quite scary and concerning at the time. But we did actually already have a flight pre-booked to go from Coron to El Nido, which is where we are now.
Now, just more backstory. We were planning to stay in the Philippines for a very long time. The lockdown is for a month. It will lift April 15th, but we were planning to stay well past that. In fact, we were probably planning to stay in Southeast Asia until like mid-May. So we figured, let's go to El Nido. It's more touristic. It's stocked with food. There's expats here. It's on the island of Palawan, which is really big. So we figured if we weren't locked into town, which we didn't know we would be, we could maybe at least go around Palawan a little bit if we could, of course. So that was our thinking there.
And also, as Trevor said, being on a bigger island, there's more resources here. At the time, there were 0 cases of the virus here on Palawan, the entire island. As of now, which is a few weeks later, there's only been 1 confirmed case, and he has left. He was from Australia. He's gone back to Australia, and apparently it's fully recovered now. And so far, there haven't been any other cases.
the Philippines have been taking this very seriously as well. Not like other countries aren't, but they caught it really early and they've locked everything down. In fact, El Nido has not been letting anyone in. The last flight was basically the flight we got.
Yeah,
So
it was March 15th, I think.
Right. So the town is locked down and it's cleared out. So just by default, we feel really isolated. We've been doing self-isolation as well. So we feel like we're in a good spot. But the town's taking it so serious that at night, there's actually a siren that goes off at about 8 o'clock and it looks something like this.
All right. Well, everything has just changed. It's complete lockdown, and there are now sirens. What do you?
Go home, everybody. Go home.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
All right.
Is it this one?
What?
Is it this vehicle?
I don't know, but this is. I mean, again, this is all preventative stuff. There's nothing to panic about, but everything has just changed. We send out updates, and it's completely changed.
Yep. Nothing to say.
What are we gonna do? Locked up?
Play cards.
We're gonna play cards, yeah.
Go back to your hotel.
There we go.
Thank you. Oh my. Here we go.
And basically that just means you have to get back to your hotel. And
There's a curfew, yeah.
There's a curfew. Luckily, we are with two other amazing people. Jumping Places, you probably know them.
Well, this is Chris and Carol of Jumping Places, and well, we're hanging out every day now.
Yeah, we're stuck here.
Yeah, with no choice. We can't do anything, so we're gonna be stuck.
We don't know what we can do yet, right? We
Absolutely.
have to work it out.
But you guys kind of ended up here the same way we did, right? Like you just figured this was a bigger island, made sense.
Yeah, we were on an island called Iloilo, but we really didn't want to be stuck on that island, so
Yeah.
we got a last-minute flight here, and yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, and we found out each other. We were chatting on Instagram, and we found out we're here. So it's better to be stuck together.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think so. Have friends.
They're in the Philippines as well. They also plan to come here. We've sort of planned it out that the four of us could be stuck here together in isolation. So we're kind of joined at the.
Yeah, they're basically our family now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just really it's the positive things in that that definitely meeting them. It's great to have those guys here. But in general, El Nido is so empty. Just walking around the town, we can't get over it. We saw videos last year of or videos just in the past on YouTube of like this place is a touristic
This is
place.
one of the biggest tourist destinations in all of the Philippines. It's usually packed with people, and now there's nobody here. But I want to answer one question that I know you guys are going to ask. Did we try to get home? Basically, like when this whole thing happened, and we definitely discussed it a lot. We stressed over it for hours and hours and hours ourselves and with Jumping Places, trying to decide what is the best move for us. It was super stressful. But what we basically we weighed the pros and the cons, and for one, most of the moment they announced that lockdown here in the Philippines, all the flights sold out. So we knew if we needed to get to an international airport here in the Philippines, we were gonna have to go to the airport every day with our luggage, wait in lines around hundreds of other people that are really upset trying to get out. And it would be so stressful, and we probably wouldn't get on a flight.
I don't think we would, and the prices quadrupled. We were hearing at one point for Jumping Places to get to Brazil, it was like $7,000. So there was a lot of that. We do talk about this, just so you know. I feel like every 15 or 20 minutes we're talking about the situation.
But just to go further with that, so we knew it would be very hard to get out of El Nido in the first place. It could have probably been done, but very, very stressful. Then we wouldn't even have been able to book a flight not knowing if we were going to get out in the first place. So we would have had to go to a different airport in on the mainland, basically. Take a bus to Manila, which is entirely locked down. So you'd have to go through checkpoints and that kind of thing, be on a bus with lots of people, get to the Manila airport, and then try to figure things out from there. And then we knew we'd have to probably jump a whole bunch of 4 or 5 different airports even to get home. The money, having to come in contact with so many people, being on planes, it just sounded really dangerous to us and not a good idea.
Yeah, that was a big one. So each day that passed here, we're thinking should we leave? Should we leave? We're watching coronavirus spread across Europe. It took over Europe, and now it's America, the U.S. Port USA is like the epicenter for this. So we didn't want to be in those airports, and we just kept talking about how isolated we are here. The town's doing a good job, and where we are at, because we were at accommodations where we had no access to outdoors, so that was pretty tough in town. But where we're at right now, one day I have a quarantine pass and I'm allowed out to get provisions. And one day I kind of just came up outside, like 20 minutes outside El Nido, just by myself, and just hit up a few hotels and just said are you taking anybody? You know, because they have an outdoor space and a pool, and they had a restaurant, and we were hearing at the time that there might even be a really strict lockdown where you're not allowed out to get provisions. A captain or a marshal here in the Philippines would have to bring you food. So right away we were like, we should get in a hotel, and we wanted to get access to the outdoors. We were just confined in a room.
We basically, we had access to a wall. We had a view of a wall, no sunlight whatsoever. We were like, how are we gonna do 2 weeks with no sunlight, no vitamin D, not healthy at all? So,
yeah, it was tough.
We
did that for what, a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was tricky.
So yes, as Trevor said, he went out and he found us this hotel that we're at now. Most places are not either totally shut down or not taking people, and we were really, really lucked out that the owner here is a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He said he only had two other couples here, and he graciously agreed to take us in, which was so nice of him. But he said no more after that. Like there's 4 couples here and staff, and that's it.
You'll see more of this place as we go, because we're going to try to do more update videos and more quarantine vlogs. It's going to be interesting because we've never done that before, but we do feel extremely grateful that we are staying where we are right now. And we can't stress enough that we talk about this whole situation daily. There's some people on Instagram saying, you're not taking this serious. Oh, we're taking it serious.
We are very informed. We read the news probably 5 times a day around the world. We know what's happening here in the Philippines. We know what's happening in Canada and the US. We are very informed. So we try to keep up to date with everything that's happening.
That about brings you up to date with our current situation. As you are watching this video, we have filmed this today, probably a few hours before this is going to be live on YouTube here.
Probably our most up-to-date video ever.
Yeah, so just bear with us because we're trying to figure out what to do. We have 3 Romania videos left, and then we're going to be in Bali for 3 videos, and then there's a bunch of Philippine videos, but we're going to hold on to those right now because a lot less people are watching travel videos because they're not thinking about destinations, but people are into the quarantine videos because they just want to know what's going on. So I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
maybe we'll release videos like one every Sunday, every second Sunday.
Or we might start dispersing some of our travel videos in there. We're not sure yet, and if you guys have any suggestions, please comment below. We'd love to hear what you guys think.
Absolutely, we'd love to hear what you guys think. We actually have a really cool video. I have it ready to go today, and it's on Dracula's castle in Romania. But we're just gonna hold it for a little while longer.
Yeah. So what you can expect is probably every 3 or 4 days we're gonna release videos here about being under quarantine, what we're doing, that kind of thing. But don't expect our regular videos. They're gonna be much more raw, not nearly as edited as they normally are.
Yeah, there's probably not gonna be any music, not much planning. We don't plan, well, we plan a few things out when we film, but honestly, we just riff it as we go. These are just gonna be videos pretty much within the hotel that we're at. We do have a small access to a beach. We have a beautiful view, and we do need to still go out to get provisions, so I can take, I think, can take you along, maybe both of us.
I might try.
Yeah, but we can go out and get a few things at the store, which is very close, and probably once every week I'm gonna need to go back into El Nido, which we hear is a ghost town right now, even more so, to get maybe some groceries and things like that.
So we'll show you what our life is like. Definitely not with the purpose of rubbing anything in. Nobody's having a blast here, and we're not just like floating around in the pool to, you know, with no cares in the world. We're definitely high stress levels, but we're trying to make the most of the situation.
Yeah, we're trying to stay positive. We know everyone's home right now. We are stuck here. We want to make content for people to watch, for distractions. That's why we probably will still sprinkle in some of the travel videos, with some of these videos, but I think we've said everything we needed to say.
One more thing I was going to say is that if you were not following us on Instagram, you may have no idea that we were here in the Philippines, but if you have been following us, you'd know this already because you've been watching our stories. So I'd highly suggest heading over to Instagram, giving us a follow, and then you can watch our stories there too.
Yeah. Well guys, if you like the video, make sure to hit a thumbs up. It's going to help us out. Hit subscribe if you want to follow along on our Philippine quarantine, COVID-19 lockdown. I don't want to call it an adventure.
Not a fun adventure.
Not a fun adventure.
Adventure nonetheless.
Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, especially when we're just isolated like this. Maybe we can get a conversation.
Let us know where you are, what you're up to, what your lockdown and quarantine is like.
It feels really weird to do the ending right now, but I guess we'll do it anyway.
All right, guys, that's it.
From El Nido in the Philippines on lockdown.
Wishing you not any travels at the moment.
But we hope you're delightful.
Yes.
At the end. See you soon. Or do I say see you soon, or you say see you soon?
Let's do it again.
No, go ahead. It would be funny. Go ahead.
See you soon.
Gee, we were all thrown off. We've
I
never
don't know
done the
how to
ending
do
like
this
that.
ending.
Bye, guys.